Are we back? Can you see me? It is up, Soviet Misaki. Okay. Let us hope it remains. Sweet. Hey, Weez, what's up, man? Long time no see. God, it feels good to be back. Dude, I've been so... Like, I moved. I have had 2 weddings so far. I have another wedding coming in 2 weeks that I've got to go to, but that one's local, so it's not that big a deal. I've got... Just like... I've had no time to work on game. I want to work on kind. Hey, Grog. I'm frustrated. So this is real sophisticated. Just gonna make one of these for each level and I'm just gonna tag it with the named level. That's the whole system. I just gotta do that about 50 more times. Should set this so I can read while I do this. Oh, the convention? Oh, nice. Yeah, the EGX was really cool. It was really cool watching everybody play. Is the stream freezing periodically? Sound is persistent? Okay. That's not good. I mean, I'm in a new place. I don't think I've tested the internet that much. It should be good. I don't know. I'm having second thoughts about this new place, man. I think I'm allergic to something here. Because whenever I come home, I'm like... This month I had a terrible ear infection earlier. And then some other just gross nose stuff keeps happening. You don't want to know about it. It's all just real gross nose stuff. Not good. So yeah, I'm pretty much convinced I'm allergic to something in this house. I don't know what yet. Had other allergic reactions. Like one day, I like gained 5 pounds worth of water. I just puffed up. It was insane. It was creepy as hell. You don't know what that feels like. I just felt like I was walking around in a fat suit. Everything was all puffy. And that went away in like 2 days. It was... Something here is killing me. No, this is the original move. It's just because, and I know it's this place because like I moved in and then I left town and then I came back and I left town again for London and I came back and every time I'm back for like more than 24 hours, I just start, things happen. Like I've been sick all day today because I got back into town yesterday. So it's either like stress that's hitting as soon as I get home, which is unlikely. I mean, I'm pretty stressed out, but not like that's normal. I don't usually, you know, like get stuffed up when stressed. That would be pretty weird. Maybe it's not weird, I don't know. Find new exciting ways to freak out. Called my mom and I'm like, Mom, I gained 5 pounds overnight and I feel weird. And she's like, well, Gwen, you're getting older. This is what happens. Hey Tom, what's up? Weez, have you been streaming lately? I feel like I haven't caught you in forever. You're getting older. Yeah. I don't think I need to tell my mom that. I think she's well aware. My usual joke is about which home I'm gonna put her in. She loves that joke. That's her favorite. Which home? Oh, putting someone in a home. It's that might be an American expression. It means like a nursing home, an old folks home, a place you. I think in other countries we're probably better about taking care of our elders, but in America we often just kind of like put them in a nursing home and forget about them until they die. Because we're a pretty shit country when it comes to that sort of thing. All kinds of documentaries on it and stuff too. How much better it is if somebody's in assisted living. They like noticeably live longer. How heartbreaking it is when you don't really feel like you have a sense of purpose anymore. The countries where people tend to have like centurions and stuff tend to be the places where the elderly are integrated into society more. It is actually something we do poorly in America. What the shit is this? It's Halloween? What do you mean? I feel like I would have known that if it was Halloween today. will admit I just googled it because I wasn't sure. It's like that's towards the end of October and I think we're at the beginning. No, I missed it. Shit. We all know that's a lie, because there would be way more candy around at the grocery store and such. But I suppose they haven't up in the candy aisles lately. How's Kind going? Good, there's a lot to do. And I haven't been focused on game dev much, and I'm scared that I'm not going to be focused on game dev much. Like it's kind of like a long conversation. For the next bit, I need to focus on getting together a pitch deck and stuff for that. So there's going to be a lot of work on PowerPoint for the next 2 weeks. Specifically because there's PowerPoint to get the pitch together for this, and there's another talk I'm giving. And yes, moving is a huge pain, and I haven't bought all the furniture and stuff, and I have to talk with my significant other about where we're going to put our clothes and shit, which is honestly the thing I've been putting off the most. He's remarkably patient. It's basically like, we're going to talk about this in a month. Because I'm busy. We'll see how long his patience lasts. But yeah. They're making me do presentations? No, it's not that. That's an old reference, so yeah. What am I doing here? Where's the text? Alright. There's not that many people here, so I exited the Molasses Flood. I no longer work there, and I've been talking to different people about what I want to do for Kind. And initially I was going to do it as like well, I'm still probably going to just do this as a solo project, but I got to thinking, and I was talking to different people about what I would do if I had resources or where I would want to take it. And they encouraged me strongly to try and pitch to different platform holders. It is an exciting time in the industry. We're about to have a new console generation. People are making some pretty large bets, so I'm actually gonna probably give it a go. Like, I'm gonna try and pitch this for real. That's why I'm going to be focused on making marketing materials and shit for the next 2 weeks or so. I want you to play it too, Leonard. There's a lot to do. But yeah, so that's what's going on in my life. That's been obviously a huge source of... It just takes a lot of time to go through all this. We were planning this for a really long time. It's not like a sudden thing. We've been planning... I basically said if everything pans out at work, I want to kind of wind down as CFO and stuff, and I want to focus on this specifically. We've been planning this for about 6 months, and we just kind of hit a point where like we've hired my replacement, and I'm gonna be there contracting every now and then, and I'm gonna train up my replacement and stuff. But as far as like long term goes, it's pretty official. We literally just hired my replacement, so I'm out. It's happening. So yeah. Yep, that means I work on Kai now. Well, the Xbox too. Oh, we'll see. Yeah, man. Feels pretty good. For the record, it's a huge fucking mistake. I will regret this. But I'm having a great goddamn time working on this game, and I just kind of want to keep doing it. And it was just one of those things where I couldn't do both projects. And I've known that for a long time. Like, I just can't. I can't not do justice to two projects at the same time. It's killing me. It's fucking wild. I'm pretty excited about this. Honestly, I'm waffling about the pitching too. Like, part of me just wants to make this solo. Just to prove I can. Part of me wants to blow it up and see what I can. I don't know, it depends. Depends on the partner. Depends on a lot of things. There's certain people I would love to work for. There's a lot of things going on in the industry right now that I think are extremely exciting and I'd love to be a part of. But only if it means I get to work on this. It is a lot of work, yeah. And it's limiting in a way, right? Like, there's certain things. So on the one hand, it's fun and it's beautiful because absolutely everything is your work, and that feels good. And another thing is I've kind of painted myself in a corner here where I assumed I'd be working on it myself. So, I mean, I'm not saying I've done anything terrible, but the reality is everything's in Blueprint. Most people don't work that way. It's very difficult to find somebody, like, I'm not going to find another person that wants to work entirely in Blueprint to contract with me or something like that, right? So either if I work with somebody else, if I like get funding and hire a programmer to help out, I can fix a lot of the bugs probably, but also a lot of my stuff will be moved into C, and then I won't be able to edit it. And that's a massive, like, not something I'm very excited about, right? That's a huge problem. Unless I get a certain amount of funding to guarantee that I have a programmer for the entirety of the project. So it becomes like an if, like, you can't go halfway here. Either, or at least I don't know if I can go halfway. I'm talking to Elmore about different ideas. Because I think if I did get funding, I would definitely not hire anybody full time. I would definitely use freelance, like my friends at freelance and contractors. I think that's just far more sustainable. I don't imagine this will be like a massive, like I'm not making Mario here. You know what I mean? And I just happen to be in an unfortunate situation where a lot of my friends have started up outsourcing houses for art and programming and things, and these are individuals I've worked with for a long time, and so I'm a pretty big fan of the idea of co-developing this with Disbelief, for instance. Assuming there's resources and such. But it's a whole lot of conversation. Hey, what's up? Mitchell, what's up, man? Hey, Vandavander. I saw, it was, I don't know proper, what do you call it, Discord etiquette. I saw you, like, mentioned me an hour later, and I was like, should I go back and be like, hey, I'm here now? And I was like, no, that's weird. So instead I just creeped in the Discord. Yeah, the ropes are part of the motif I'm going for theater stuff. So when you're on different levels, right now you have this idea that the levels kind of, it started because I needed a way to get the levels out of your way, if they were blocking the camera. So the levels can kind of raise and lower. And I originally had I wanted a line that you follow through the world. So before it was a ribbon, but the ribbon didn't make much sense. So I started thinking about theater rigging. Like, I think in the long term, this is just the first pass, but in the long term I want to set it up so that this is actually best. Let me go to an area that's probably working. Like here. Like, when the levels go up and down, the ropes go up and down with them. And then you see it there. I've broken everything, dude. It's hard to explain. But yeah, so it's like theater rigging. When you pull the ropes, things raise and lower. That's sort of what I'm going for. We'll see if it works. And yeah, I had a good time in Dallas. Glad you think so, dude. There's a lot to do still. Even if I do it solo, it'll be another 6 months at least. And I gotta stop fucking around with like renoodling this main map. But whatever, we'll see. We'll see where things go. Mitchell! Oh, I left the molasses flip. It's done. You knew this was coming. Full time. You know, I've never seen, like... Is there a demo out for Taiji? Because I feel like everybody else has played it and knows about it but me. How do you feel about that? I don't know. It's been coming for a long time. Kind of beyond feelings at this point. This point is just logistics. Why didn't that draw? Oh shit, I didn't think this through. Yeah. I see. I'm excited. I really like Dragneck's Discord. It's cool. It's like I found a hidden little niche. Hey Ninja, what's up? Yeah, no, if it's in your free time, dude, I know how you feel. It's like there's different things. I mean, at least I could know I had like a 3 to 4 day weekend, depending on when it was, to work. Because there's certain things that are just going to take longer than a day. Like there's certain tasks that just take a while. And I just can't imagine if all you have is working after work, how you can sink into the problem space and just do it. For certain things. What do I do to make you blue? I scripted this up already. You are Commissioner Euler. Good. Not put you in. You do half an hour of silent meditation. Nice. I'm fascinated by people that meditate. I can't imagine it. It's like, can't imagine having to sit down and focus and try really, really hard to not think. I feel like I don't need to listen to whale noises and shit to not think. I feel like I just need like one tech paper and about 30 seconds and it's gone. Like I'm in Zen. There's just nothing there. Eyes glaze over. Like complete vacancy. I feel like I pretty strongly have the opposite problem. Imagine a color until the void in my mind becomes that color instead of black. Okay. Hey, I know a lot of people swear by that stuff. But I maintain if you want to enter a flow state, just some music and going for a walk is like enough to, for me usually. Though I don't know, I guess I just don't know why people meditate. There's probably a lot more to it than I understand. I think I'm just in the headspace of thinking about the game all the time. Luckily the game has a lot of puzzles without moving parts, so it's easy to think about it in the abstract. Yeah, I get I think that's probably smart. Like, I try pretty hard to chunk up which part of the game I'm thinking about, because if you think about all of it, like, I'll just freak out. Not freak out, it's just hard to focus in on how you put it. There's a problem of... One of the reasons why producers are good is because they have the high level thing in their head, and they'll tell you, today you just worry about X. And that lets you just sink into X and make X as good as it can possibly be. Because if you're thinking about absolutely everything all of the time, it's one of those problems where it's like if you're working on everything, you're working on nothing. You're not really feeling momentum. You're not really making one thing as perfect as it could be. You're not getting that exemplar done. You know what I mean? And if you... This game is great because it's easy to break it out into areas or into types of puzzles. And I can just be like, I'm not going to think about that. I'm just going to think about this area. Which does mean the end of the game is like crap right now, by the way. But... it helps me a lot. I do a lot of the freaking out. Oh wait. Yeah. The worst is if you think about the game a lot when you're not working on it, and then you get burnt out, and then you go to work on it, and you're just like, all of a sudden you can't. And then you're mad at yourself because you're like, I'm supposed to be working on this, but you're tired because you've worked a full day. And then there's like just being creatively tired if you work a creative job like I do. It's just like a totally different thing from being physically tired, which I'm sure you deal with a lot more. And that doesn't sound like fun either, to be fair. Hey Michael, what's up? Great game, crappy ending. Yeah. So what you think then is you sink into the problem space of each of the puzzles, and then you set aside some time and you're like, I'm not going to think about where this intersects with this until later. And then at that later date, you think about that. But you can't think about it all at the same time. Especially like... I don't know how to explain it. If you're worrying about how your movement code is structured so that it'll work for all different levels in the game, and you're trying to come up with all the different kinds of puzzles in the game or something like that, if you're trying to do it all at the same time, it just becomes impossible. And whatever you do first is the thing you're going to have to redo the most. Sweet, Michael. Cool, man. Congrats. Oh, you do photo retouching? I didn't know that. Does it look like I've been busy? God. I have been busy. I am also frustrated at the lack of progress in the game. But that will change. Not this month, but next month. November and December will be the reckoning. Oh, assuming these allergies don't kill me. Mm. Retouching is super seasonal. Like around the holidays, you tend to get more work. So wait, so do you retouch photos like as a freelancer, or do you work at a shop? I guess I'm confused. Like, do you work a 40-hour week at a shop that photo retouches? Or is it like work from home, freelance, still a lot of hours, but you kind of make them yourself? Oh, is this a redo of the level select path? It's not a, I'm changing the art style of it, so yeah, I'm touching it up real quick. Let's see if I can get that done tonight. It's a bold, aggressive goal, but, you know, let's make some bold claims and hope for the best here. Assuming I don't die. The mucus. Glad you like it, Kindred. Oh, I work at a photo lab 40 hours a week, not freelance. Gotcha. School photo retouching. That's good. I feel like that's a good full-time job. Like, if you have to have a full-time job as an indie dev, that's... You're not on your feet all day, you're not dying. You're not creatively taxed. It does give you a lot of time to think about your game. That might be maddening, though. I can see why you, I can see how that would suck, too. Can you Google stuff while you're there? Like, do you find yourself on the internet researching stuff for your game? Your org right now, so yeah. You can call this research. This is not research. This is not a learning stream. You should not be here to learn. I think I've said that a million times. Not that you are, Van Devander. Van Dev. Vander. What is too long and what? Is that a question for me, Ninja? Oh, sorry. I just scrolled up. My bad. I'll shut up. 8 years. Shit, man, I've never lived in a place for 8 years. Can't even imagine. Didn't even know they made jobs like that anymore. It's crazy. Wow. Well, once you get to a time when you like want to start talking about the game publicly, like maybe you got something coming up, like an event or something, let me know. You can always, like, I'm always looking for guests for the podcast. It'd be cool to talk to somebody else live that knows things about puzzle games. Hopefully, like, not in the immediate term, because, like, I'm dying. But it'd be fun. Ninja, he's been making that game for 3 years. If he hasn't given up yet, he's in. Some people got it in him. Once you game dev, you don't go back. Never get a topic to talk about while I do this mindless ass work. What do you guys want to talk about? What's going on in the world today? Actually, let's talk about anything else. We're not allowed to talk about what's going on in the world today. Change mine. That topic's vetoed. Grapes. I'm for 'em. Oh yeah, I didn't make it a beef egg. How was that, dude? Was it 140 degrees in the MIT gym? Did it smell like fate? Did some poor soul come from really far away thinking it was a huge PAX-like conference and get crushed? You know, the usual. I hope beef egg never changes. Really low turnout, yeah? Was it still 1,000,000 degrees though? It's not hot in there because, you know, there's a lot of people. It's hot in there because I don't know why, it just is. Holy Mother of God. Yeah, I think Ichiro got Valve to come into town. He's been working on his own thing for a while. Like Ichiro is really big on, it's Ichiro. Ichiro is really big on growing the Boston game dev scene, trying to make it more legit and stuff, and he'll use any excuse to like get Valve to come into town. They're trying to get, we have a co-working space. They've been inviting me to work there for a very long time. Like as soon as I leave the molasses flood, I would go work there, but it's just like, it's expensive. That's all it really comes down to. It's very nice. They have a gym. Here's a lovely space. But like, Forrest said I could just work out of the molasses flood office as long as I want for free, so probably gonna do that. Those are my people. They're the only other people who use the Unreal Engine in the Boston area. Fuck Unity. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I've heard for a lot of those languages in Europe, they would rather play in English if it's written in English anyway, so localizing is a complete waste. Because it's the same way like a lot of people don't want to listen to anime that's been dubbed. They would rather just have subtitles or stuff like that. They feel like that, except they're also bilingual. Remember I was talking to Valve and I was like, because I hung out with them a bit on Thursday before I left town, and they're extremely calm and they're really confident, and so I was trying to like rattle them a little. I was like, are you afraid of the fact that everybody seems to be talking about streaming consoles and Valve has no real play in the streaming space for either subscription models, style streaming, or just streaming in general? They're like, no, we're not worried about it, period. They're working on a lot of cool stuff there. I think they're really excited about. Sounds like they're still really excited about VR. still really excited about, I don't know, all kinds of stuff. Generally not too super worried. Which I guess they don't have to be yet. There's not a real major competitor yet. No one's in line for the throne. Cowboy Bebop. Oh yeah, that was a good one. Touche. What does this look like? So I'm gonna sneeze. At this point, I feel like everybody has to have an 8-hour interview. Otherwise, no one will take them seriously. Because everybody else does it. No, I don't watch anime. I did back when I was a kid. Back in the day. Huh. Back when it was like Ranma 1/2 and Sailor Moon and shit. Things have moved on. Anime's gotten more sophisticated. Michael Mayhem. I did get old and boring. Link it, Michael. Let's look at it. Let's look at your first baby's first storefront. This is a big day. Oh yeah, of course. Do it. It's based on Marvel characters. Of things immediately. Go in and set your tags. If you do it from the account of the person that owns the Steam page, Steam's algorithms give it a higher priority. So you can basically set your initial tags almost entirely, as long as you're logged into whatever account it is that you used for this. And I want one of your tags to be, if I was you, I would make one of your tags a description of what the game is other than indie and casual, like 4-person co-op or brawler or like some description of what kind of game it is, Because right now it could be like, what, a casual indie walking simulator? You don't have the what is the game thing here. And the tags will matter so much for where you show up when people are searching for things, or more like this queues and such. So that'd be the the first thing I would do if I was you. This is gonna demo really well at shows too. I hope your strategy is like yeah, man, it's a game where you roll and you've got cute little creatures, so obviously it's the same game as mine. We're competitors. 4-player local party game? It does? Interesting, that didn't show up for me. But yeah, if you log into the account where you are the developer that's making this and set the tags from that account, you will, Steam will weight that like times 100 or some shit when setting the tags. You're not allowed to like directly set them, Mitchell. I mean, you can, whatever you set from your account is weighted times 100, so you have basically 100 votes of yes for a tag, but you can't delete tags, I don't think, Mitchell. Maybe you can. I haven't seen a way to do it. But yeah, that was cute. Very cute. That's gonna show well at conventions and stuff. I'd recommend the conventions circuit. Couch co-ops always do. Couch co-ops are really, really hard too, by the way. You know that going in. I mean, hard to make money with, I guess would be what I was trying to say there. We've talked about this before. They said you could? Kind's doing good, Ian. Thanks, man. Well, slowly. It's coming along. It's doing okay. I have so many notes. I feel like everybody decided to give me feedback all at once. Right when I went to EGX, I got a bit of press, and so everybody I've sent a key to that's been like sitting on it for months was suddenly like, hey! And then they all downloaded it and they all gave me a lot, very similar feedback for the most part. Including this one dude. God, I kind of want to show you guys this. Because it's really cool. Yeah, let me find it. So there's this guy that I had never heard of. Ichiro introduced me. This is the wrong email. I have to be not stupid. I have to not show you my email. No matter how tempting. What's going on? Where'd it go? Did I lose it? Oh, there it is. Yeah, I accidentally marked it as red. Okay, anyway. So there's this guy, Paul, who's apparently the best. Shit, I have to not do that. That's how you fuck it all up. He's some kind of award-winning puzzle designer, like one of the best puzzle crackers in the world or something. Ichiro knows him. And he played kind and gave me a write-up. Like, I sent him a key assuming it'd be like everybody else. He would, you know, send me back some notes. He broke down every puzzle. Like all of them. Like all of them. Sometimes they have diagrams. He worked out pretty quickly, I imagine, how many different solutions there were to each puzzle. And just, like, this puzzle has an extra spot. And I mean, the crazy thing is a lot of this is stuff that I especially the earlier stuff, is definitely true because I saw people banging their heads on it. He pointed out, like, there's a way for the first accordion puzzle to beat it without ever using the accordion's ability to flex. And that absolutely happened. Like, everything he said in this document is like notes I have from EGX. So it's insane. This guy's a genius. He's some kind of like, I don't know much about this guy. Flub Puzzles. He like consults for puzzle designs and things. He's one of the best puzzle designers in the world. Check this out. He made a puzzle game too, like for PC. It's called something like RYB. Steam. Which I had definitely never heard of. Ichiro told me it was very important that I get his feedback and that I ignore most of it because his games don't sell very well, but they're the best designed games, I guess, around. But I have to admit, I have no idea what the fuck I'm looking at right now. Seriously, what the fuck is going on? I'm fascinated by this person now. So yeah, that's cool. I'll send you his notes, Mitchell. It's pretty weird. It's pretty amazing. Genital jousting made money. What the fuck? Yes, you've met this guy? Dude. Weird. I need to. I'm gonna buy that game and I'm gonna play it until I understand it. It's probably simple. I just watched that trailer. I've seen that trailer 3 times now and I'm still not quite sure what the fuck I'm looking at. Oh, Gorogoa's trailer. See. Yeah, I didn't know what I was looking at with the Gorogoa trailer, but I knew it was pretty. Knew I wanted that. That was pretty. Top 10 finisher in the US Puzzle Championship. There's a fucking puzzle championship? Dude, his notes were thorough. I don't know what else to say. And he did this for like no reason. And they're really good. I feel inadequate. So we've learned several things. This guy exists and also Ichiro knows everybody. It's Ichiro. Ichiro knows it. I gotta fucking pronounce his name. What is wrong with me? Alright. Yeah, I'll send it to you, Mitchell. I'll send it right now. Hold on. Just so I don't forget. Welcome back, M. Devander. Van Devander. Van Devander? He has a YouTube channel? Keep doing research on this guy. Let me. Our new mission: stalk this person. Are they good? Should I watch this channel? Link the channel, Ninja. Maybe we'll put that on in the background while I work. I would like to know more. I would like to subscribe to his newsletter. Wait, so what is... Oh yeah, wow. He's popular on the internet. Cool. I subbed. Oh god, what am I allergic to? I don't know what it is. It could be the new bed. Maybe it's like some kind of... It's a memory foam mattress. I've never had that before. Maybe I'm allergic to it. I feel like there's just... in my face, like everything is here. I've never had allergies before. This is hell. It's just right here. Alright, let's send me that puzzle, right? So you just go away. I don't know how this wasn't a problem before, but it's a puzzle in the 8 pages he sent me, and if I solve it, he buys a DeLorean. Yeah, I don't know for sure that's what it is. I mean, I moved. It could be any number of things. I could be allergic to the walls. For all I know. Could not be an allergy. It could just be like, I could just be sick and have been sick, but only when I'm home, because that does actually make sense. A lot of times when you're working a show or something, like, you just don't get sick even if you're ill, just because you're too busy. The body just stops it. It's a pretty typical thing. Like, it's famous in theater. The show ends, everybody's ill. Yeah. Dude, I bet Fleb could speedrun these puzzles. I bet he didn't though. Like that breakdown was cool. That was cool what he did. Especially because he did it for free. I feel like I'm supposed to pay him. I didn't expect this. I just feel weird when people are that nice for free. I'm like, I wanted like this much help. You went way above and beyond, man. Devander, you weren't here when I was showing him. There's this famous puzzle solver, puzzle cracker, puzzle dude named Fleb, who did I sent him a key a while back and he got around to playing it recently and gave me a shit ton of feedback in like PDF form. He broke down every puzzle. Well, the first third of the game, all the puzzles, the first like hour and a half of the game. He broke down like there's various solutions. Told me where I had like extra spots that didn't need to be there and so forth. It was super cool. Yeah, I'll say in art, I've said this before, but the best feedback and the most crushing feedback is usually the same, and it's usually like the first time I got started as a rigger, and the first time I went to an animator and I was like, I'm gonna make an animation for the game. They're like, sure. And I go and I work on it and I show it to the animation director and he goes, wow, yeah, that's looking good. I can't wait to see it when it's done. And I thought I was done. But that idea, all it really takes is someone to be like, that's cool, keep going. Like that usually is the thing that is like, oh, shit. That's usually the best thing, because in reality, in your mind, you already know how you could push something further. You already know, because you're the one that's been in that problem space for a while, right? So you already know what needs to be done. You just need somebody to push you to do it. At least that's how I feel much of the time. Oh my god, I'm dying in the face. Is this what other people feel like who have allergies all the time? What do you guys do? Oh, I thought it was perfect. That's probably true. Take allergy medication. Yeah, I took NyQuil last night. Thought I should probably not take that during the day though. Take that a bit, conk out. I feel like it's getting worse. Yeah, I guess I should stop bitching if I'm not taking anything for it, huh? It's probably true. NyQuil isn't allergy medicine. That's fair. I'm not entirely sure it's allergies. I mean, it almost certainly is. Okay, it probably, but I've never been allergic to anything. This doesn't check out. Doesn't add up. Vandavander. I can't fucking say your name. Vandavander? Actually, I might have done it right that time. Vandavander? I feel like now I just want to say it wrong on purpose. What the fuck am I doing? Right, yeah. Okay. I just munched these levels together, huh? What do I want to do? Complaining is fun. I don't think anybody wants to listen to a stream of Gwen whining for an hour, punctuated by randomly blowing her nose. I don't think that's really good. I don't think that's the quality entertainment we're going for here. Maybe it is, I don't know. I don't think so though. I feel like we can aspire to more than that. Oh god. Alright. At least 15 human beings. Yeah, that's true. Must be a slow night. Oh, somebody brought up the talk at EGX earlier. That was actually brutal because I wrote that thinking it would be like PAX. I was super nervous. I thought there'd be like a couple hundred people. And so I was like, I psyched myself up for it, right? Like I got ready for it. I was excited to give that talk and I got there. And there was less than 20 people in the room. It was a tiny ass room. And that's actually worse. Cause like, it was supposed to be a funny talk and if people don't laugh then I don't have like the timing. So that was actually terrible. Between that and the technical problems, I'm like, this is the worst talk I've ever given. It's real bummed about it. Then I got over it immediately because I was so busy at EGX. But yeah, next time I'll know a little bit more what I'm getting into. Alright, what am I doing here? I was trying to move that over so that these two don't stomp on each other. And this. Because this is going to get kind of foreshortened. Ugh. You cursed it, Vandavander. Now they're going down. There's a video about a guy with 1 million subs who had a presentation nobody attended, and he held it anyway. I dig it. It's a bit better. See, that can't be there. Also, I need this to shrink a little. God damn it. What if? Where did it go? ¿Dónde está? Aquí. Glad you like it, Tempo. When it works, it's great. It works most places. It's just this is a really tight little area to get everything raising and lowering properly. And I've moved things around enough that it's broken again. Because I want to have another one of those combo levels here. So I'm kind of like setting the stage for that. But I'm going to not work on that. I'm going to get the game back to a playable state, and then I'm going to crush the bugs from EGX. Because there's like basic usability bullshit I gotta get done. There's also bugs from EGX that I can no longer repro. Like there's things that only happen on that computer. And I don't know if it's because that computer was faster or slower. But there's like a bug where you can click and move at the same time and glitch out the character. And I've tried for like an hour and I could not repro it on this computer. So I'm a little bummed about that. A little bit don't quite know what to do about that yet. Yeah. Well, it's performance based. I know there will obviously be bugs that are performance based. There's other things like until I know, like I think I want to do controller support, but that becomes more or less important depending on like if I pitch to Microsoft or not, for instance. That's something I could wait on till the end. Or it's something I could not wait on and could front load. There's a lot of tasks that I'm not sure if I need to jump on them immediately or not. It totally depends on who returns my phone calls and emails. I really liked working with Microsoft. I would love to do that again. But who knows? Yeah, I have controller support working for everything except for obviously this screen, the most important one, which is a giant goddamn question mark. The controller plugged in, or I'd show you, but you can just look at it and understand. So you can click any level. What do I want to do here? I set up basic controller support where you can like right button, mouse, right trigger, what's the other one? Bumper, right bumper, left bumper over from like Quattro and Euler. And you can use back and forward to go. It's shit. My current solution is shit. It's not really a solution. I don't know how to do that for real. I don't know what it should be or how I would do it. Like I think it should probably just be something where you can like move between any unlocked thing. But that becomes, I don't know how to script that, right? Where you can like thumbstick left or right or up or down and have it just kind of based on your vector choose which button to move over to. I don't know how I would script that in Unreal and Blueprint. Like I just don't know. It's got to be possible. And that's just something I'd rather not have to think about yet, if I can help it. But they're all just lines in a spreadsheet that get moved from one end to the other. Virtual mouse. Yeah, you could do a lot of things. You could do virtual mouse. Could chew glass. Yeah, I was telling them earlier that is the one bummer, is like if I get funding or if I bring on any kind of help on the project, probably can't stay a blueprint only project. There's going to be a lot of like tech debt to eat up getting it to be not blueprint only. Maybe not a lot. I don't know. It depends on a lot of things. Depends on what has to be moved over. Programmers are so fucking expensive. Whatever. I've allocated this time to not think about that. Yeah, that's just gonna have to be there. At least for now. Can't come up with a better solution yet. This might just have to be here. Oh shit, I've been writing. Branch input. I mean, I could. It would just be very homegrown. I mean, the hard thing is I'd have to look at other systems that have a similar solution. I think what you would want to do is thumbstick over and then return. Like if somebody pushes and holds, do I want, how do I put it? So this is gonna be hard to explain, but what I would want, what I think would feel intuitive, would be that if you thumbstick over and then release, every time you do that, it moves one. If you push and hold, it moves one, it pauses for like a second, and then it moves entirely in that direction really rapidly, right? I think that's what I would want to start with. And I can imagine how I would script that in Blueprint. But I can also imagine that taking like at least a day or two to script and then finding out if it's good or bad. And that's definitely something that I feel like is definitely pushing what Blueprint. Well, I don't know, I could do it. It's not the problem I want to solve right now. Should I have this go this way? I should. Yeah, you get it. Vander. That's exactly what I'm thinking of. Like, that makes sense, right? You have to put the check for holding the button in the tick function in Blueprint. While in C++, you can just bind a function to a repeat event. Yeah, well, I don't have to fucking compile. really, for Blueprint. I don't have to... I mean, compiling Blueprint is so much faster than compiling in C++. Iteration time is insanely quick. Also, I don't have to learn C++. Bonus. What is hot reload? Is that the thing where you can like when I re-import a skeletal mesh, it'll just show up in game instantly? Or is that like a C++ thing? It's a C++ thing, isn't it? Never mind. Weird. Why do you twist it? You can compile while the editor is still open? Oh shit, cool. Can't even do that with Blueprint. I'll give you that one then. Most of the time it will break that. Oh wait, sorry. I see. That's true, this game would not exist as it is without Blueprint. I would be making, who knows, something else entirely. Probably something in Python. Touch a header, breaks. Touch a constructor, breaks. Sleepy. Why people think Python is easier? To me, it just entirely goes down to like you have to get over that initial hump of installing Visual Studio and getting over learning what is the pre-compiler, the compiler, the post-compiler, what the fuck all this shit means. With Python, you don't. You just it's the entry point is really simple. You sit down and you write a program, and so because the on-ramp is so easy, I think it's easy to get hooked with Python. Also, it just looks pretty. Like, looking at Python doesn't physically hurt your eyes. Whereas other languages, like, Lua wasn't that bad, but C# was pretty ugly. Python hurts your eyes. I think it's pretty. It's like writing a sentence. It's so easy. Leonard. Oh god. Why don't I hire you guys? Because you're a bunch of nerds. I've got no money, man. Can't be hiring people. Because let's be real, everybody wants to make their own game anyway. Yeah. Aw, I'm not a bully. Everyone that's ever worked with me wants to work with me again, for the most part. Proud of that. But at least I think so. Yes, nobody would ever really tell you to your face, like, I hate you and never want to work with you again. It's possible. Maybe some people really do hate me. Could be done. I don't know. I try though. I try to be fun to work with. I sound so fucking pitiful with these allergies, man. I've never shipped a game to someone else. I feel kind of bad about with Taiji because I sort of just ran off the project on my own. Probably should have been explicit about that. Wait, what? Yeah, I mean, it's all fun. With larger teams, you get more bureaucracy and upwards and downwards management, but you also have the potential to work with people who are the best in the world at what they do, which is really cool. With smaller teams, I mean, each team size is different. Working with other people is good. It's fulfilling to have to kind of be, you get energy from other people, and you give energy to other people when you're working in it. It's more fun, I think, than working alone. But whatever you make is not just yours anymore, it's a collaboration, right? And that's cool and that's fun too, but you have to be willing to, like, a lot of indies just don't want that. So I think where the downside comes. But at some point you realize you're collaborating, like, you're not the best at any given thing, right? By collaborating you can make something far better than you ever could alone, obviously, because you have a whole other human being there with different thoughts and different ideas. They're both fun. Working on Kind Solo has been incredibly fun. I won't lie. There's a reason why I'm doing this full time. I freaking love it. It's really fun. Oh god, I'm like permanently about to sneeze. I feel you. The only people who ever give you energy are sound people? Oh man, I don't know. There's effects, like watching the effects magic come online. In general, watching, how do I put it? Anytime something starts to become more real, that was theoretical, that's always beautiful and fun. Vandabender, I'm not following you. Are you talking about you were with somebody initially and then you ended up going off solo? Or like you were collaborating? I feel like I missed half the story. Gotcha. Yeah, collaborations like that are hard. That's another reason if there's something you just kind of want to make that you're not getting paid for, I can definitely see the appeal of being solo. There's a reason why this one's solo. Because I prefer working with other people by quite a bit. But you can't like... I mean, I remember back when I was bored at work ages ago, early on in the industry, I started making a... this had been like 8 years ago or something. Started making an indie game on the side with some old buddies of mine from college. And it was a team of like 6 of us. Some of us were more engaged than others. It went on for maybe like a couple months. We were making like a pretty simple 4-person beat 'em up game. Anyway, in the end, like the programmers were making an engine in XNA, and they were really jazzed about it, the 2 programmers, and then XNA got like, I don't know, ended or whatever. So the whole project just went to shit. We just kind of stopped after that. I don't think it would have went on much longer anyway. Like, it's just projects people work on when they're bored at work stop as soon as you stop being bored at work. Where are you? Yeah, I feel ya. That too. Anybody working pro bono won't stay pro bono for long. They'll just rapidly become... I mean, you get what you pay for. You mentioned demoing at trade shows. I've never been to one even as a consumer. How much advance time do these types of things need to set up? Yeah, it varies from event to event. Let me think. One thing I would do is talk to any of your friends. Like, remind me at the next show. I usually have a free badge for anybody that like wants to help out at the booth. Just go help out at someone else's booth once. That'll give you a pretty good idea of what you need to do. Depending on the show, there's more or less setup. Like, I didn't have to do shit for EGX because I got, like, everything was handled by the left field people. I just kind of gave them a build ahead of time and brought some art to put on the walls, and that was about it. For PAX, there's way more setup, especially if you're doing it on your own. You gotta, like, have merch to sell to recoup your costs. If you get into, what is it, the indie mega booth, then you don't have to do too much. They do pretty much everything for you. But still, you're gonna want to sell some merch. I would probably start with the indie mini booth, given the option, if it's like your first time. There's guides that you can read online that'll do better than I can do just like spitballing here. I'm tagging something? Ninja, the entire game runs on tags, man. Like for everything. I couldn't figure out how to... You can't query all the actors in a given level, like for a sub-level. Sorry, I'm gonna have to go soon. My allergies are killing me. So the way each of the levels, the way I know any given actor is in a level is just by the tags. Like this is in the forums _15 level. And yeah, I need to know what level each thing is in so that when I rotate the camera, the levels that obstruct the camera shrink down. But yeah, I think I'm probably not going to work anything. I'll most likely be showing Kine at GDC. Probably not going to show it again until then. But if anybody's in the Bay Area and wants to work the booth at GDC, Michael Mayhem, if you need that to like get used to it. Some Benadryl? I don't know if I have that. I'm not gonna lie, because I don't have allergies. I don't know. I'm gonna go probably get the... I got nothing in my medicine cabinet other than like NyQuil. Probably go with the just pass out solution. It's 11:14, that seems about right. I'll go procure Benadryl for tomorrow if this continues. It could just be a cold. Maybe it'll just magically go away. We don't know. Let's not, let's stay positive, guys. Sometimes things just fix themselves, alright? Operating on the wish factor over here. Benadryl will knock you out. I like sleeping, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a fan of it. Dude, I guess I'm the only one. I've always loved GDC. I have so much fun every time I go. I just do. I think it's because I've been laid off so many times. I get to run into. I know, like, once you've been laid off a couple times, you know the entire industry. We've all been through the shit together. Because Irrational Games closed and everybody scattered, and that was a pretty large studio. So now from them, I know everybody, right? And I used to live in San Francisco, so I know loads of people that live there, and I'm like running the entire time I'm in. The entire week of GDC is a blur. I always enjoy it quite a bit. I don't think I've gone to an actual talk in years. I'm just around the perimeter. Other than the ones I give, obviously, and some days at the animation bootcamp. I've always been kind of on the outskirts of the industry. You know, everyone kind of feels that way, right? The industry is massive. You won't know any decent percentage of the industry at all, no matter who you are. You're lucky if you know everybody in your field. Though I will say the indie puzzle game niche is small enough you might know everybody in that. That's pretty cool. You guys have a cool little cult. I like it. I will say it's a cult though, by the way. Like, who was I talking to? I was talking to somebody and they're like, God, it's like nobody knows what a Sokoban game is. And I'm like, dude, nobody does know what a Sokoban game is. I thought I was crazy. I went to work and I asked like Forrest, like, do you know what a Sokoban is? He's like, no. There are all these terms that come up in Hazelden's Discord all the time. Like, I honestly, like, I love this stuff, but it's surprising. I think you'd be surprised by how not mainstream a lot of these conversations are. Yeah, you know them a lot better than me. And in fact, Vander, you probably know most of the indie scene significantly more than I do. I mean, I've never gone to the, what is it? The experimental gameplay workshop and the, I can't really name most of the, up until the Flame of the Flood was up for one, I never really went to the IGF. Gwen knows literally everyone. No, it's just I know a lot more people because there's more people in AAA than there are in the indie space, but I know shockingly little of the indie space. And everyone I know in the indie space is people like me, like that came from AAA, which is we have our own little niche and our own little cult, right? And there's definitely a spectrum there. Like the indie space isn't one thing. Like you got, how I put it, you have the ex AAA groups. You have the people that are pushing. Like, do you consider Tripwire indie? Do you consider Clay indie? Clay's got over 100 people. They're incredibly successful. I'm not saying, like, let's not define indie as unsuccessful, but there's a huge difference between some of these studios and people who make games for fun or art, or people who make games for money, or just in general, there is no such thing as an indie, right? Like, this industry is fractured into so many different parts, especially in the indie space. Ex AAA. I heard it. What was it I heard it called? I was talking to somebody about Con and they're like, yeah, that's a very lowercase I indie. And I was like, what the fuck? As opposed to like an uppercase I indie or a triple I. Triple I being like somebody who came from AAA. I think that's meant to be derogatory. I don't really know. Undefined category that isn't AAA, but it's gone well beyond the traditional indie. Yeah, at some point it's like, I think the only real distinction is if you're trying to run a business or not. your motivations there are pretty different. Triple I, you consider Clay triple I? Yeah. There's definitely a mid tier. Yeah, there is. Dude, the craziest thing about EGX wasn't. It was the people I was demoing next to in the left field. That was phenomenal. I adore those people. They're amazing. I don't know what Kine was doing next to them. It actually confuses me. Like, one guy had a game that was made in Unity about. It was like a book that was talking to you, and it was hooked up to a shredder. Like, he made a paper mache thing around this shredder. And the way you advanced the story was you had to take a book, like there's books over there, like say a George R. R. Martin book, right? And you'd have to rip a page out of a book and shred it in order to advance the story. And it was actually like for me at first difficult. He handed me a book and he's like, "Here, start shredding this," and it's weird because like this is a book that you don't, like destroy a book intentionally. It felt wrong. But after the first day, there was like, what do you call it? Like all the shreddings were all over the floor and shit, and all the books were like half ripped up, and you didn't feel as bad about it anymore. God, it was weird, man. It was cool and weird. There was other stuff like that. Like the whole left field collection was insanely weird. I don't know why Kine was there. I kind of felt like I don't think this is that not market viable. Like that's basically an art installation what that guy made. He must really hate reading. No, I think he was going for like how people are emotionally connected to objects and stuff. And that was something. Or Hypnospace Outlaw. That game's pretty like. I mean, I played Emily Was Away. It's definitely similar in some ways. I don't know, man. Like that whole thing was cool. It was cool. Yeah, there was a couple other weird little art installations in the left field collection too. Steam doesn't think puzzle games are a genre. I've been wondering about a lot of things. Like, okay, the real reason why I think if I go for a publisher, which is a big if, which I might not. I don't know if I will or not, but it's mostly because I think Steam is not great for these sorts of games, and I think most likely a touch device would be better for a game like this, or for most puzzle games, even games that are of quality. I suspect there's alternative storefronts where they would do better than Steam, maybe. But yes, I've definitely heard the puzzle games are not market viable argument before Vander. And I would say Taiji looks like something that somebody would have fun playing on a Switch or an iPad. At least I can see that. I can see the argument. Yeah, Alistair. Oh god, I wonder if he's got it up. Finally, yeah. Show the books you shredded. This guy's a maniac. Oh yeah, and that's a shredder. You can like paper mache at the shredder. Oh wait, this is about the paper one. What a nutcase. He was cool. That was cool. Steam is an okay storefront, but they don't do puzzle games any favors by not having a genre listing. Sure. I mean, I think. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure. I don't know. I've never made a puzzle game before. It's my first time. I just suspect, looking at, I suspect the Switch, it might be too late to go on the Switch for us. Like, I suspect the Switch will be completely saturated. If it isn't already, within a couple months. I don't know, I've never made a game for an iPad or anything, so I don't know if that's better. I don't have a better solution than Steam. I just know if you talk to people about the kinds of games that do well in Steam, it tends to be more grim, dark, highly replayable. You know, Steam has a certain kind of an audience. And I haven't really, now that I'm working on this full time, I should put some time into thinking about where this actually belongs. And maybe it's not Steam. I don't know. Good budget, good aesthetic, 3D puzzle games seem to do well. Give me an example, Van de Vander. Because let me tell you, I'm trying to put together some, trying to sell this right now, so if you've got some good examples I haven't heard of, I'd like to hear them. Definitely first person, that's true. No, I think you definitely hit a price cliff if you don't have a first person game. I only see games like this. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, Talos Principle, The Witness, those are first person. First person games that you think do better. Maybe. We'll see. I'm curious. It's too early, like I just started thinking about this because I've been in a different headspace for a long time, so I haven't really thought it through yet. But I think not just the Switch, but I think the other consoles wouldn't be the worst idea. I think there's a lot of exciting, like there's a lot of exciting design stuff around puzzle games that are streamed or integrating into other systems. Like there's a lot of interesting things that can be done there. I mean, there's a lot of unexplored design space there too. I don't know. There's so many different things going on in the industry right now that it's hard to pick, and it's hard to, I don't really have my head wrapped around everything that's available, so I just need to start some conversations. Yeah, the first person games do require more budget. Cuphead is not a puzzle game. What? Sure, Penguin dude. Though if you're pitching a publisher, you can't be like, this will be good, like Cuphead. Because I'm an animator. They'll be like, this is not a shmup. The fuck is wrong with you? I feel like I'd have a hard time defending that argument. What's it doing? Am I allowed to put that there? I don't know if I am. Oh yeah, I was gonna put a level here that doesn't exist yet. Okay. Alright, I'll go there for now. I'll finish this shit. I sometimes feel like puzzle games just sell to other puzzle game devs. Holy shit, it's Jessica Mack! What's up, my dear? I haven't seen you in an age. And that's mostly my fault. I've been out of town. This is good. I saw Wheeze earlier too. I feel like we're in the band back together. Not that I'm in the band. I want to be in the band. Basically, I like you guys. Hi. God damn, I'm tired. What's exciting? I don't know. Nothing. Life goes on. I left the molasses flood. I work on Kind full time now. Possibly, pretty soon. Still got some contracting stuff to do, but pretty much wrapping it up. Until I run out of money. Yeah. Chatting about the depressing business reality. Yeah, well, I do that a lot. Demander. You get used to that conversation. Ugh, you don't have Ichiro on your... I love Ichiro, but he's very practical about the realities of the market. And that is good. You need that in your life. But I maintain, like, I think it's... I'm not sure if Steam's the right solution. If the Switch storefront wasn't insanely saturated, I would say the Switch is perfect for puzzle games. People tend to pull it out when they're on planes and stuff. Like, when I'm on a plane, I want to play Pipe Push Paradise. I don't want to play it when I'm like... Or if I'm sitting on the couch and, like, lounging somewhere, or I've got a couple minutes here or there. That's when I want to play Pipe Push Paradise. I don't want to play it, like, on my computer. If I'm at my computer, I want, like, a AAA experience, right? I'm not saying a puzzle game can't be a AAA experience, like Myst or The Witness, but I think unless you're making a first-person game, you're probably not in that space. Why is there no Witness port on the Switch? I don't know. I'm sorry. I decided a long time ago just to come back. So this is like, I kind of set the wheels in motion like 6 months ago or so. We've just been slowly rolling off ever since. I just really wanted to work on Kind very badly. That's all. I love the guys at work. We're still really close friends. I'm still contracting for them. I'll still probably work out of the office most of the time. Just wanted to, I had this feeling like if I didn't feel good at the time, I didn't feel like I was capable of doing both projects justice. I didn't want to give up doing Kind, and so that just kind of wasn't really a decision, right? It's kind of like, can't do both. Have to do this one. So let's get this game done, yeah? Yeah. Life's short, Jessica. This game makes me happy. Like, ridiculously happy all the time. I've already been in this. Vander. Been indie for years, man. Don't worry about it. This is just a different kind of indie. It's the same stress as before. Molasses Flood never stopped being indie. Actually, I guess we did stop right about when I left. Because we are funded quite well for the next project. And we were taking salaries. But yeah, when we started the Molasses Flood, we went without salaries, obviously. For like the first year or so, and then we just took what we needed to survive off of the Kickstarter. Like, the Molasses Flood was never AAA. And I started the Molasses Flood with Forrest and then, like, 5 years ago now. So I've been indie for 5 years. I haven't had that sweet paycheck. I know what it's like. I don't need things. I think that helps. Lowercase I. Yeah, it's true. I've never been solo dev. Yeah, it's real. It feels really good, actually. I mean, I guess it didn't hit me yet because, like, I've been playing this for so long. And it's been such a slow ripping off of the Band-Aid that I just, like, it hasn't quite hit me yet. I think it'll hit me when, like, I don't... Not even, because I'm still contracting, because I'm still getting drips of money. So... It doesn't quite feel real yet. I think it'll feel real when they change offices and then I, like, can't go anywhere other than here. Then I'll be like, oh, this is it then, huh? Actually, it's starting to feel pretty real. It's gonna feel pretty real if I start budgeting the publishers. That'll feel pretty fucking real. Yeah. The first time I went indie, we could only do it because, like, I mean, I've been saving up for years to do it, right? Because I knew I always wanted to, but the other guys, if we didn't have that severance from Irrational, we would not have been able to found the studio. It was because we got laid off. And we got that sweet, sweet severance. Yeah. It's weird. Usually by now you should hit a wall, and I won't lie, like, there have been times I've been a bit tired of this. But mostly I'm just frustrated I can't work on it more than I am, like, anything else. I'm sure I'll hit that wall soon. But so far, every part of this project has been fun so far. Like, every single part. Yeah, there's bits that are frustrating, but that's fun too, you know? I'll hate it before long. I'm about to jinx it. Yeah, that's how I feel too, Vander. You remember Socket League? I maintain that would have been a great goddamn idea. It would have been sweet. That's the real money, man. Socket League. I still have those drawings somewhere. I stumbled upon a couple the other day. Oh yeah. Getting in the Wayback Machine. Oh yeah, here's me with math problems. That's cool. Still math. Oh yeah, this is when we thought we'd fold the company, and I debated a Gwexit at the time Brexit was going on. I work for a publisher. I did not. Fuck publishers. There's one of them. It's actually the closest to the current robot. Tumblebot. Some of it axes and shit. Oh, here we go, yeah. Spikebot. Has lizard life, or spider legs. Flamethrower bot. He has tank treads and a flamethrower. Telling you, man, Socket League. One of these days. Pillars. Violent combat. Crazy robotic destruction. Fully customizable battle bots. Now that's a game made for the Steam audience. Maybe there is no wall. Yeah, there needs to be a wall. I need to get this game done. Yeah, I'll do some soul searching on that later. Do any of you guys want to stream? I'll host one of you guys if you want to pop off and stream. Keep the crew rolling together. Quality goes hand in hand with quantity in art. You're telling a joke, right? I'd say the least visually interesting games are the ones where they have just a shit ton of assets. Oh, I see, yeah. I don't know what that's gonna be, and I don't have to figure that out tonight. That's true. You have to finish what you work on. It is part of doing a thing. Would be the last bit. Alright. I will finish this game. Have faith. This is not going to go on forever. I know it's been dragging lately, but such is life. Go to sleep too, Vander. Who is on? I feel like we should host somebody, because I keep forgetting to do that. Oh. Hey, my buddy's streaming. Yeah, he's doodling. That's a weird looking doodle. Oh, is that? Yeah, okay, we're gonna host him. Say hi to my friends. I'll see you guys later.